Okay, hi everyone. Welcome to all of you today. Welcome. Yay. Jennifer Justin has just joined. Welcome to you, Jennifer. Puro mochi. Mochi kan. Matcha. Matcha. Stand up. Stand up. She's lying. Is matcha here a she or an it? Okay. Welcome everyone. Audrey is here. ABC, hello. ABC has just joined also. Welcome everyone today. We all gotta be strong. And we're gonna go through another round of paper. Creamy Puffet just joined. Hello to you. Welcome. Welcome. Okay. While waiting for everyone to come in, let me actually show you a couple of things, ladies and gentlemen. Now, of course, I have some very special announcements every single time. Every month, we always have something special for you. And of course, this one is specifically, I'm back! Fruits of Classmates Lychee, hello! I am Ben King's fan. Hello, Fruits of Classmates Lychee, all caps. Welcome to you. We are happy that you are here. Ronnie is happy. Ronnie says hi to you. Stitch 101. Hello, Stitch 101. Welcome. And thank you for joining us today. So, people, of course, special things have to be shared because we always prepare something special for you, for our P5 and P4 students. Of course, we don't forget about you. We have special classes for our P6, especially that this is they've already entered the PSLE stage, but P5 and P4 we still have something special for you, people. Did you prepare my comprehension? Alyssa, good question. I will try. Let's see if we have the time to do the compre today, huh? Okay, Alyssa, thank you. Thank you. Okay, now P5 and P4 students, of course, we don't forget about you. We have a mock exam prepared especially for you in October during the PSLE mocking holidays. And it's you don't only join a mock exam on the 14th of October, but we also have a detailed paper review after that. So you understand the difficulties that you must have gone through while doing the paper, or you understand very important examination techniques. Yeah? Okay. So P4 we have, P5 we also have. Yay! But of course, our P6 students, since it's a crucial time for you, we have our September holiday program that is, if you want to further revise your paper 2, of course. And P1 and P2, our very young ones, cute ones. Yes, we still have compo writing holiday program for you so you can continue practicing. Hello, Kai! Woo! Wow! Yes! All the sound effects for you, Kai. Oh yeah, my English prelim, I wrote 4.5 pages. Oh wow, Alyssa. Oh yeah, Alyssa, how was your, okay, everyone, huh? How was your composition, Alyssa, huh? Oh, today, I mean yesterday, right? It was yesterday, right, Alyssa? Kind of, hi, Admin Yuki. It was about learning a new skill. Interesting. You've got the verb compo question. And you remembered my reminder for you, Alyssa, when you are dealing with a verb compo question. What must you remember for that? I hope you remembered what I said. First picture is talking. Second is cooking. Third is skateboarding. I see. So what did I tell you about a verb compo question? What must you remember when you're dealing with a verb compo question? Learning a new skill, adapting to change, trying out something new, doing your best, kind of like all those ing, right? What did you do? Did you make sure, Alyssa, that the person learning the new skill is your main character? Can you at least assure me that? Learning, very important, correct? And when it's a verb compo question, you have to make sure it's your, very good, it's your main character doing the action. Okay. And which picture do you choose, by the way? I am interested to know. Was it the cooking, the skateboarding, or what was the other one, huh? The other one was talking one. I suppose, did you make sure, Alyssa, that you have used your compo question keywords and your I wrote about the cooking one, I see. You have used your compo question keywords and your picture descriptions quite a few times, many times in your composition. Mm-hmm. Yes. Okay. We're waiting for Alyssa's response. People, we're going through a prelim paper from 2022 CHIJ St. Nicholas. I would say that this one is an easy one. So we do a quick fire round and see if you all are quick enough and you don't fall for trickery, because sometimes they put some tricks into some easy questions thinking to make you think that it's easy, but there's actually something that you have to pay attention to get it correctly. But they got into Master Chef Junior. They asked their mom to teach them. Alyssa, they asked their mom, they went online to do research or went to hawker center to learn from the hawkers. Then they asked their mom to teach them, and then they got into MasterChef. Wow! Then they got into the semifinals. Wow, wow, wow. Okay. Mm. So everyone, based off of Alyssa's compo question, learning a new skill, there's two very important things that she pointed out, which you should all be really mindful of when you are unpacking your composition question. So learning a new skill is an action. Therefore, there has to be a skill that your main character do not know how to do, and they started doing it and exploring it. Okay, so what's the process of learning it? What was the outcome? Those are two important things that you have to be mindful of. Then they got into the semifinals. The reason for learning and how they learn. Very good, very good, very good. Today, I shall give you more examination tips by the end of the live. So we shall see, huh? But first, since we have quite a few people inside already, we shall start our grammar questions. And as I said, I hope you find this set very easy today. Let's go, people. Let's go. Be strong. Now, question number 1 is right there, people. Right there. You must be at the airport by 2 o'clock or you blank miss your flight. Warned mother. What you think? Alyssa says number 1. Everyone else, you all agree with Alyssa's answer? Do you have a different one? So, is Teacher Jamie's back next week? Yes, Kai. Teacher Jamie's, you will see her again on Monday. Yeah. Yeah, so keep a lookout. Little John's, hello, Kara and Little John. You all agree that it should be Will? Why, huh? Firstly, is Will the correct answer? You are right. Oh, I don't have the ding, 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 ding. Very good. It's number 1. Remember, sorry, yeah. Let me drink water. Okay. Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you. We like the noise. Yes, number 1. Very good. So, remember when you use will, it indicates a future certainty. Future certainty. And remember what mother said? Mother was very certain. You must leave, right? Okay, if you don't leave by 2 o'clock, you will be. Okay, she's very certain, right? The future certainty or consequence that you are sure of. You use will for that. Okay, the plane fly away already. Just wushu, hello. I see people clapping. Oh, Ronnie very happy also. Okay, now remember, why can't we use can? Can I use can? Because can, that means to say you aren't really very sure. You aren't really very sure, or like it's a possibility, it may or may not happen. But that's not the case here. That's not the case here. Shall, of course, teacher. Can't I interchange will and shall? People, what do you think? Why can't I say, you must be at the airport by 12 o'clock or you shall miss your flight? Can't I say that, ladies and gentlemen? Can't I use number 3 instead? So here's a few things, the very slight difference between will and shall. Okay, so firstly, shall is a bit more formal. Okay, cannot. Oh, Alyssa, why cannot, Alyssa? It's a bit more formal and is often used, okay? It's often used to express, okay? Number 1, at which times do you use it? Okay, when you want to do a command, okay? Shall I do something? Very good. That means to say you want to give an offer. Shall we do this? Like that. Or when you want to talk about, determination. I shall try it, okay? Don't worry, I shall try. Determination. So In this context, most likely, will is the most appropriate. And of course, should is not the right answer because you use this in the context of advice or recommendation. Okay, so good job, people. It's number one. Very good. We start off very easy. Let's move on to number two, ladies and gentlemen. Now, she's never on time for her appointments. Blank. Question tags. Question tags. Litten impatiently. Planet. Hello, Planet. I'm gonna call you Planet because I see that your name there is Planet. I suppose that you are Planet with a ring. Is it Saturn? I forgot which one was it. Let me know if I'm correct. So Planet Little John is saying number one. So okay, we have a variation of responses here. Now, everyone, firstly, I think you remember that statement positive, question tag negative. The statement is negative, question tag is positive. Okay, first things first. She's here is a contraction. Let's break it into its two actual words, which is she is. But do keep in mind, there is one huge word here. There's one word that you have to pay attention to because that tells you whether the statement is negative or positive. Which word is it, people? Can you tell me? Can you tell me which word is it? Very good. That was very quick. Good job, good job, good job. So do keep in mind, ladies and gentlemen, the word never right here. Even if this one says she is, but because the word never is there, this automatically turns the statement into the negative one. Okay, therefore for the question tag we need the positive version. Okay, because technically when you say she's never, it's like saying she is not. Okay, so it is negative. Therefore the positive version of this is she. Well done. That's number one. Everyone, do you recall what are the other keywords you should look out for? Because when you see these keywords, it means the statement is negative. Do you recall? You have rarely, you have seldom, you also have hardly, you also have never, of course. So all these things, all these keywords will tell you it's negative. So don't fall for the trap. Okay, moving on to number three. We clear with that, yeah? Okay, number three, people, let's go. Due to our busy schedule, neither Sally nor I blank the latest musical performance. A very commonly tested grammar question when they give you the partners, the best friends, neither nor, either or. When you have this kind of sentence, which subject do you look at to know whether it's singular or plural? Okay. I have a variation of answers. We have number two. We also have number three. Anyone else? Can you give me your response, please? Alyssa is saying is helping the students blank differences. Okay, I see. I have two and I have three. Hello, Wang. Okay. Neither means singular. Okay. Kara is three. Now, keep in mind proximity. Okay. Now, do keep in mind when the partners are there, neither and nor. What you should be, sometimes you're confused, right? Teacher, do you look at Sally or do you look at I? When you have this two in the sentence, you have to look at the nearest subject, which is I. Okay. And that tells you that it's singular. Okay. Very good. We call this the proximity rule. So do keep in mind when the BFFs are there, when you see both neither nor, either or, you will expect to see two subjects. Look at the one closest to the blank, okay? And then you refer to it. However, when the partners are not there, they just go and say neither of the boys blank or either of the twins blank. That is when it's always, always singular. Okay? Now, we know it's singular, but then again, it's I, right? And normally you use I with I have, okay, I am, I was, right? So technically, if you look at I, the one that does not match it is number one, watches, because it's present tense, okay? It already happened. So which is the right tense to use here? Remember, to describe an action that has relevance to the present moment, even if it has already happened, you always use present perfect tense. That's why the answer is number 3. I have watched, okay, the latest musical performance. Okay. Study my Chinese and science. Okay, bye, Alyssa. Please come back later. Wait, it's 3. Correct, Little John. Very good that you have reconsidered your response. It is a number 3. Okay, well done, well done, well done. Let's move on to number 4. Now, had I blanked that it was her birthday today, I would have bought her a present. Okay. Now, it's very straightforward. You have the word had here. It's always followed by what form of the verb? Do keep in mind, has, have, and had is always followed by what form of the verb, people? Let me know. Okay, Stitch01 says 2, Kara says 3. I see 2, 3, 3. Who else wants to give it a try? Let's see, think about it. Now, past perfect tense. Clarissa, you are close. Past perfect tense uses that form of the verb. Very good. Very good. So that form of the verb is actually technically called past participle. Okay, that is why you always have to practice write, wrote, written. Written is the one that's past participle. Written, taken. So do keep in mind that past participles you really need to master and practice because it can be different. Sometimes the past tense and the past participle are the same. Sometimes they're different. Sometimes they're different, but the past participle is the same as the present tense. Okay? Yeah. No worries, Clarissa. For me, it's not important that you really know the name. I just want you to be aware what form is it. Okay? Now, talking about past participle, everyone, there is something I want. I need a space right here. Can I have a space somewhere? Okay, here. So there's present tense, right? And then there's past tense, and then there's also past participle. I need you to practice because the type of past parts, there are about 4 of them. Okay, there's about 4 of them. What do I mean by that? The normal one is when it's all different. For example, I say right, because writer is a word. Yeah. What's the past tense of right and what's the past participle of right? Can you tell me, please? Give it a try. Who can try? I'm gonna wait and see you tell me. So I'll tell you the 4 types, and I need you to understand that you may be jumping from these types from one to another. Okay, so you have to be careful and you have to practice. Okay, now what is the past tense and the past participle of right? Thank you, Stitch. Wrote and then written. Okay, very good. So this is the first type wherein all of them are different. Now the second type is when the past tense and the past participle are the same. For example, talk. So past tense is talked. The past participle is also talked. So you do actually say have talked, had talked, has talked. Okay. Now, the third one, interestingly, can you give me everyone, let me see if you know an example of this. It's the present and the past participle that are the same. So in this case, right, talked and past participle are the same. So, however, in this case, it's the present tense and the past participle that are the same. I have run the last lap. She has run 5 kilometers. Okay, so if you notice, it's the present tense and the past participle that are the same. It's for run, it's like that. For what do you call this? What else? There's one more thing, and students always get confused with this. It's the run. It's the there's one more. Run, ran, up, come, came, come. I have come to save you, like that. Okay. So another one with this is like come, and of course the last one would be the one that you Little John said that all of them are the same. For example, I have cut it into pieces. Cut, cut, cut. Okay, so they're all technically the same. Okay, So very good. Hit, cut, put, very good. So I think the only tricky ones here would be, I say number two, number one. Mm-hmm. Be mindful of your number one and of your number three. Okay. Mm. Because sometimes it can get confusing. So what I usually do with my students, right, especially for those who do the work very fast, I give them a table. I give them so many present tense, and then they start writing all the past tense and the past participle repeatedly throughout the year until they master it. Okay, so you have to do the same as well. Hi, Chair. Hello, teacher. Welcome. Hi. Woo. Oh, also all the wrong sound effect. Okay, yeah, okay, that's the right one. Okay, so we shall continue, ladies and gentlemen. Dijang Online, welcome to you. Where am I? Okay, I'm here. Okay, everyone, number 5, let's go. Let's go. Social media has blank influence on Kenneth as he is not allowed to use his mobile devices freely. I hear British movies say taken. Yeah, the past participle of take is taken. That's correct. That's correct. No, I don't think so. Huh? Is there talking? No, there's no talking. You think so, huh? Talking? As in the past participle of talk is talking, is it? They have talking, huh? Interesting. I shall have a look at that, Zhang Online. Hi, Jer. I just came back from overnight camp. Hello, question mark? Hi. How was your camp, huh? You still alive, huh? I hope you're alive and well after the camp. Now, little John and Kira is saying number 2, is it? Little. Okay. So now you have to pay attention to the word influence. Is this countable or uncountable, people? I see Dijang Online. That's an interesting take. Let me go and have a look at that and perhaps confirm it with you when I see you again next week, because there's a couple of possibilities here. Yeah, I'm not gonna, or maybe I hear wrong. So Dijang Online, we can check. Yeah. So there's a few things that you guys should be aware of when it comes to language, okay? Especially when you're not sure. So, firstly, the rules may vary. So, for example, you know there are some differences in the rules of American English and British English, okay? Secondly, the rules may also evolve over time. Meaning, for example, the rule used to be that you use this for this case, but then they somehow straighten it out to a different rule to make it easier for everyone to use. Okay. Thirdly, it could be that some words are no longer used. Some words are actually obsolete. That means to say they used to use it before, but over time it's no longer actually used until, or it was replaced by another more common word. Okay, so that's one more thing. So we shall see first. Tijang Online, let me actually look it up and see if it's something that some people actually use. I am certain that it's perhaps really not very common anymore. We don't really say talking, but maybe it's an obsolete term that some people used to say before. We shall check. Okay. Now, people, influence, is it countable or uncountable? Little John said it's uncountable. Very good. Now that we know it's uncountable, we see that few we can cancel because few you use for countable, right? Now, in the context itself, you see that he is not allowed to use his mobile devices. So if it's not allowed, perhaps the usage is low, okay? Low in quantity. So if it's low in quantity, contextually, we can't use much because that means to say he gets to use his phone more. He should be influenced by social media more, okay? Even some also cannot, because that would mean to say that he has some, he suggests that social media has a certain level of influence on Ken, okay? So we are left with number 2. Very good. I still can't change my name to Iman. 4 days, 3 nights was fun, but I got sick on the second day. I poor you, Iman, huh? Did you still get to enjoy your second, third, and last day despite getting sick during the camp, huh? I hope you still did. And it didn't get in the way of you enjoying the camp. Oh, that's nice. I miss camps. It's very fun, you know. These things, enjoy your time with your friends more. Also, I know you're trying very hard for your academics. That's why you're here. But also, of course, treasure the time you have with your friends because they may be your friends for a lifetime. Okay, yes. Now, very strong. Let's move on to number 6, ladies and gentlemen. Now, Blank, her sister who passed her driving test at the first attempt. City had to retake hers 3 times before passing it. Remember teacher Jamie's story about driving, about driving test? Okay, I got nosebleed during day 3. Oh, yeah, you nosebleed, ha? But you okay now, ha, Iman? Are you okay now? That one is important, okay? So you're saying number 4. You see, Iman very strong people, despite having recovered, huh? Now he's with us answering the questions. Okay. Anyone else who have the same answer or who chooses to do a different one? Let's see first. I'm waiting. Little John agrees. Okay. So we have 2 different things here, right? We are doing a comparison basically. Comparison between sister and between city, right? So there is basically a comparison here. So what conjunction do you use when you introduce a comparison? Stitch 101, do you drive? Good question. No, I don't. No, I don't, Stitch 101. Now, can we use despite? Now, despite, of course, cannot. Definitely contrasting. Now, contrasting and opposition, there is an opposition in the sentence. However, when you use despite in the sentence, it would then suggest overcoming an obstacle, which is not the context, right? Although can work, but we need to change the we need to change the sentence. We need to rephrase. Okay, we need to rephrase it. So although cannot. Apart from is when you add something, okay, additional. So apart from reading books, I also like to whatever it is, swim in the pool, like that. Okay, and of course you are left with number 4 in contrast to when you want to introduce a comparison. So good job. The answer is number 4. Very good. Can you say that part about driving again? What do you mean, Stitch? About driving again? Driving what? I mean, you mean my answer to your question, or did I mention something else before it? Now, while waiting for Stitch 101 to clarify the question, a number 7. The family of 4 blank thrilled. Oh, no, no, no. Is it because my question? Oh, no, I don't drive, Stitch. Okay. Now, the stage of 4, the stage of why did I say stage? The family of 4 blank thrilled when they were called to receive their lucky draw prize on stage. That's why I said stage. Okay, the question before. Okay, the question before, as in, what did I say about it? Did I share something about the driving? And you mean to say the one about teacher Jamie's, is it? Okay, now while waiting for that, of course, people, can you try and give me your answer here? A very classic subject verb agreement. Let me see if you actually know whether you're looking at a singular subject or a plural subject. Okay, Little John says 3. Now this question is actually very interesting. So I'm going to wait for you guys to actually type in your answers before I tell you why this is an interesting question and what really is the correct answer. Okay, so think about it, drop in your answer. I am waiting. Okay, Peggy Tan, welcome to you. Yay. Who else? I need you guys to drop your answers. I'm waiting. Stitch 101, type in your answer. Who else? Stitch 101 is 3 because of the word family. I see. And then thank you for your explanation. I would love to drop in your answer and then explain why that is your answer. Kara also agrees to Little John. I need about 2 to 3 more people to give your responses before we talk about the answer. Okay? Drop in your answer, please. I'm gonna wait for you. Okay, I believe it's these. Hectile. I don't know if that's how I pronounce your name, but welcome to you. Very in. All right, people, drop in your answer. So, it's a very simple question of whether it's singular or plural, right? Mr. Patrick has just joined. I see. Your way. I hope I'm pronouncing. Susie is here. Hello, Susie. Okay, Susie. Now that you're here, drop in your answer before I talk about the actual response to this question. And then smiley, smiley. Hello, DJ Lee. Welcome to you, DJ Lee. Okay, now 5 more seconds, huh? 5. Okay. Smiley, smiley has also given the answer. Okay, people. So all of you have the same answer: 3, 3, and 3. Is your answer correct? Now, unknown 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, also 3. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, this might be shocking for you, but the answer is actually not number 3. Okay, now, but if you got it wrongly, I understand. This is a tricky question. Let me explain it to you. Okay, so firstly, I know that you're looking at family of 4, and you seem to see that this is a what? Collective noun, correct? And you're saying, teacher, it's a collective noun. Collective noun, we see it as one unit, one group, therefore it's singular. Okay. Now, do keep in mind that there are cases when collective nouns are plural, depending on how they're used, especially when what's being communicated is that the members or the components of a group are acting individually rather than as a unit. Okay, but teacher, then you might wonder, if collective nouns can sometimes be plural, how do we know if what they meant, if what they meant is that the components are acting individually and not as a group? There is usually a clue that they give you in the question. Pay attention. I show you the clue now. If you notice, they say they say there, and they say were. Okay, so normally a lot of exam questions, they do it this way. If they want to show you that they're using the collective noun as a way wherein the individual components are doing it separately and not as a unit, they usually give you an additional pronoun, and then they show you that they are using it in plural. So therefore, this one is actually one of those special cases when we use a collective noun as in plural. Therefore, the answer is number 4. Okay, that is were. Okay, people. Okay, so that is it. Yeah. So of course it's past tense because they were called past tense. That tells you it's past tense. So one thing I can tell you is that, teacher, is it very scary then? Do I not trust collective nouns in my grammar questions anymore? You can still go with your normal understanding of collective nouns. But just do keep in mind, that's why I always tell my students, read the entire questions all the way to the end. Sometimes what they do is they give you a second sentence. And from the second sentence, look at what pronouns they use to talk about the subject. The moment that you see that they use plural, that's how you know they're taking the collective noun as a plural subject. Okay, okay, okay? Now that one very important because they like to trick students with these kinds of questions. Yeah? All right, moving on to number 8. Okay. Now, the little boy objected to blank in an open sea as he was worried about the big waves. Okay, what did he object to? Now, if you see, objected to what? We need a gerund. Okay, do you know what's a gerund? Gerund, remember, is when it's a form of a verb that functions as a noun. For ing, right? Ing verb that functions as a noun. So for example, when you say, right, swimming is my favorite hobby, swimming here is actually used as a noun, it's a gerund. Or you go and say, she enjoys reading. That one is also a gerund. It functions as a noun, not as a verb. Okay. So of course, the little boy objected to, we need a gerund. Obviously, the gerund here is number. Well done, well done, well done. It's number 2. Good job. Okay, that was quick. Number 9, the prefect closed the door, blank her to her. Okay, this one very straightforward. I will not accept a wrong answer for this question. Okay, the prefect closed the door, blank her to have a private conversation with the principal. What? Okay, she's gonna go in, right? And then the door she opened, of course, she will close it. What? Where? From where is she closing it, people? Number what? Very easy. Quick, quick, quick. Type it in. Type it in. Well done. Well done. Anyone else who wants to type an answer? Okay, only correct answers are accepted for this number. Good job. Close the door behind her. Okay. Now, finally, let's end very strong for our grammar questions, people of the world. Very good. Unknown 1, 2, 3, 4. Last question, a very simple V and V question. Having helped her mother blank the vegetables, Sarah set the table for dinner. I will highlight the clues for you. Helped. Her mother. And then another verb. Okay, what form of the verb are we going to use here, ladies and gentlemen? Okay, unknown 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's 1, 1, 1. Anyone else who wants to agree or disagree with this suggestions, people? Okay, very good. Okay, so if you notice the pattern here, please pay attention. Verb, noun, and verb. Second verb is base form. Base form, remember, no S, no ES, no D, no ED, no ING at the end, just the very original form of the verb, which is wash. Okay, well done, very good. We're done with the grammar section. Good job. So now let's test your vocabulary. Let's consistently learn and grow our vocabulary bank to benefit you not just academically but also in real life as you continue to converse with people in English. Okay, moving on to our vocab section, people. Now let's go. Vocab, vocab, vocab. Be strong. Oh, Trafalgar eggs. Hello, Trafalgar eggs. Do you like One Piece also? That's why your name is Trafalgar, or is it just me assuming it? Okay, you all have your responses ready. So easy is it? Stitch 1. You see, I was right when I told you this set is easy. The pupils are encouraged to blank the meaning of unfamiliar words in the dictionary. Okay, so what do you call these 4 kinds of words here? Wherein one verb is paired with a different preposition, and when it's paired with a preposition, it takes a different meaning. What does PV stand for? It stands for ta-da-da-da. Think about that. What's PV, people? What's PV? Never mind for. I see phrasal verbs. Very good, very good. Phrasal verbs, and I always say it. Why? I need you to be very good with your phrasal verbs. Common, it will always come out, even in your compre clauses there, even in your comprehension open-ended. It may be used in the passages, for example, and even in your grammar section. Grammar section and vocab section. It's always there, and it might get confusing because there's a lot of phrasal verbs. You have to learn the meanings of these. Okay, the pupils are encouraged to blank the meaning of a word, so we need a phrasal verb that talks about searching for information, typically using a reference book. Okay, now let's go through the meaning. Look up. When you look up something, like, okay, can you look it up? That is, look it up means to search. Okay, search for info, and typically it refers to like a reference book. Okay, reference book like dictionary, for example. Okay, hold on, up to you if you want to reconsider your answer. Let me give you the meanings of all the other ones. I will look into it and I'll get back to you. Okay, what does it mean when you look into something? Okay, you are going to the IN. What do you think? If you're gonna look into something, you will in what? Or I would say EX. Let me see if you can figure out the words. You will look into it. That means you will finish it for me. Let me see if you know the words. Let me see if you know the words. Let's go. Give it a try, people. Let me see if you can figure it out. So now I'm not gonna spoon feed you with the meanings. I'm gonna try and see if you can figure out the meaning if I try to use it into a sentence. Okay, if you look into something, you are gonna try to inquire. Inquiry means you ask about it, right? But if you look into it, what are you going to do? For example, I say, hey, little John, I have just discovered that some of these kids are bullying someone. Don't worry, Chair. I will try to look into the situation. And very good, Kara. Okay. Investigate. Or you examine it. Teacher, can't we use look into then? Okay. Cannot, look into cannot, because when you have to examine it in detail, you see. You're not examining something, you're looking for an information, correct? If you look down on someone, definitely not something I need you to do, okay? Do not look down on someone. But look down can mean two things: are literally looking down, but also refers to you regarding someone or something with disdain. Okay, so this one's pretty straightforward. And then you look through it. If you look through something, you also examine it quickly. Examine quickly. The difference between look through and look into is that look into, you examine in detail. You look through something, you examine quickly. Okay, but as you can see, there is a very straightforward, a more appropriate word for the question, which is number one. You look it up. That means to say, you search for information about it, which normally involves reference books. Okay, very good, everyone. Let's move on to number 12. Let's go. Very good, little John. It's very important. You have to revise like this when you're going through vocabulary questions. Okay, number 12. When Heidi's uncle offered her a trip to Europe, she blanked the opportunity immediately, lest he change his mind. Okay, what did she do? This is a very common line, people. You have to know this. What do you do when you want to take the opportunity? Of course, you can say take the opportunity, but there's another way to actually to say it. Another way to say it, which is, all of you are saying number two, is it? Very good. It's number two, a very common one. Seize the opportunity, seize the day, right? That, okay. When you seize something, that means you take advantage of it promptly and decisively, okay? Take advantage of it promptly. Good. So take the opportunity, okay? Seize the opportunity, seize the day. What? Okay, very good, very good. Now, number 13, very easy. Vocab not very challenging, huh? Okay. The movie blank, the main character is a child genius who was able to read at a very early age, okay? We're talking about showing and portraying someone in a very specific way. What's the word for it, people? What's the word for it? Give it a try. Is it defines, is it depicts, describes, or demonstrates? Give it a try. Think about it. Digest the question first. Smile, smile. Smile, smile says number two, depicts. Stitch 101 says three. I see two different answers. Anyone else? Anyone else? Unknown is going for number two. I see. Hello. Okay. Okay, one more. Number two as well. Kara says number two. Okay. So which one is the best word? Okay, let me give you and show you some definitions, and let's see if you are able, if you want to reconsider your answer. Of course, if you define something, you explain the meaning, right? Okay, you explain the meaning or the nature of it. Okay, define the meaning. Depicts is when you kind of like represent, okay? Represent or show something, something in a particular way. Now, describes, okay, describe, can we use describe, teacher? Because when you describe something, you provide details, right? You provide details of something. And then demonstrate would then be when you are, okay, showing an evidence. Show evidence or proof. Okay, now, anyone who wants to reconsider the answer, or do you want to stick to your original answer? Okay, now, there is one here that is actually the most accurate, because you try to show something in a very specific way, which is the word that is exactly saying that, which is number two. You depict it, okay? So you show it. So the thing about describe is that depict is better than describe, for example, because depict conveys a more visual representation or portrayal, okay? When you're depicting something, it's more visual, okay? You depict it in ways that are visual so people can see it and people can notice it. What particular way do you want to represent something? Okay, so number 2, depict is the best answer. All right, moving on to number 14. Let's see. Not wanting to be known. Okay, that's a clue for you for this question, actually. Mhm. Not wanting to be known, Mrs. Tan gave blank tip off to the police, leading to the arrest of the culprit. So she gave information about the culprit, but she didn't want the police to know who she is, okay, what her name is, okay. How is she gonna go about it? This one should be easy, yeah. What's the right word for when you don't want to be identified by name, okay? You don't want to be identified by name. It should be number, okay. Kara already gave her answer. Hello. Heart just joined. Champion also just joined. Hello, champion. We love champions. Okay. Who else has a response here? Kara, 4. Okay. Who else? Drop your answer. Let's see if your little John agrees to Kara. Who else? One more before I discuss it. So you don't want to be known, especially Adolf Hitler. Yeah. Okay, unknown 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Also correct. Very good. The word is anonymous. Okay. I'm using my highlighter. Okay, very good. So when you don't want to be identified by name, it's anonymous. Okay, teacher, why can't we use unseen? Okay, her goal was really not to be seen. Her goal was for the police not to know her name. Okay, disguise requires one to change something in her appearance so that no one recognizes her. She's not doing that. She's not changing her clothes. She's not changing the way she looks just so the police will not recognize her. That's not the case, right? And of course, concealed means hidden or kept out of sight, but it's still not the most accurate case here. She don't want to be known by name, and that's the word for it is anonymous. Okay, very good. All right, moving on to number 15. Very strong. We are ending our vocab section here. Let's go. Okay. The doctors and nurses worked tirelessly to help the hundreds of blank in the recent train crash. What a sad question, okay? But we shall still try to understand what's the right word for this, okay? So do keep in mind that there is a tragedy that just happened. Okay, Stitch 101 says patience. I see. Who else? Drop in your answer. Think about it first. Unknown 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Little John says 3. Okay, so we have 2 different responses now. Okay. Number 3 as well. Wow. So now we have balanced it out. 2 number 1s and 2 number 3s. I see. Now, okay. Now, I saw casualties a few days ago, so I know the meaning of that. Oh, I see. You just looked it up, is it? Or you have just encountered the word, and so you remember. That's the power of revision, and that's the power of being mindful of the words that you are actually encountering, such that you are very deliberate and I saw this word. What's the meaning of this word? And so the next time you encounter it, it's a bit easier for you to understand. Hello, Rocksoft241. Welcome back. Now. So a few things right here. Let me give you the definitions and the main differences of these words, and let's see what we are gonna try to answer here. So firstly, let's talk about patience. This one is a bit more familiar to you. Okay, so let's not go dive deep into it. Fatalities. Fatality is basically referring to people who have, I'm not gonna say it. Okay. So are we just talking about this group of people that the nurses and the doctors are helping? No, right? So it cannot be fatalities. Okay. Now, casualties will be people who are injured or in an accident or disaster. Okay. And then, guys, you know what's assailants? Okay, they manage, for example, they manage to find and apprehend the assailants. Assailants are individuals. Okay, these are people who attack, mhm, or assault others. So basically, knowing that meaning, assailants cannot be the answer as well. So you're left with basically patients and casualties. Okay. Now, hello, I don't know, Sterling 2.0. Hello, Skibidi. Okay. So, teacher, are we looking at casualties or are we looking at patients? Now, firstly, there is a very obvious mention of a disaster. Okay. So, because there is an obvious mention of a disaster, the more appropriate word to use for this is actually casualties, because casualties covers both the injured and the ones who are killed, and it also talks about the context wherein a disaster just happened. Patients is really just more of a generic word, and it also doesn't cover both the injured and the diseased. It only covers the ones who are um, having health conditions, but it also doesn't cover the context of a disaster. Okay, so here, why can't we use patients is because it's more generic. Mhm. Plus, it does not convey the context of disaster, which is actually mentioned in the question. And finally, casualties covers both the injured and the diseased, and is the most appropriate word for this. Hello, Cleo. Welcome to you. Welcome, welcome, Cleo. Okay, so that is the reason why the answer should be number three, casualties. Okay, okay, okay. Very good. Very good. Okay, we clarify and then we always learn from it. Okay. Good job, people. Good job. Good job. You were very strong. Let's move on to test your spelling and grammatical skills. Yeah. Let's do editing together, and hopefully we can do this in a quick fire round. And interestingly, we're talking about the Dragon Boat Festival, people. Let's see, people. As I read through the passage, I am going to highlight so you know where I am. Okay. Then let's see. You give it a try. If you're unsure, no judgment, just give it a try. Let's go. Are we ready? Now, the origins of Dragon Boat Festival can be traced to ancient China. The festival evolved from the practice of revering the river dragon. Evolve, look at the spelling of evolve. Can you see? It's actually spelled wrongly. Okay, it's spelled wrongly, so this is a spelling error. Can you please type in the correct spelling, please? Hello, Lily, who just joined. Welcome to you, Lily. Okay, evolved. And one more time, like a broken record, I'm gonna say it all the time. When you are correcting a spelling error in editing, keep everything else. Keep the word form. You're correcting the spelling, not the grammar. Okay, so if the wrong spelling is in past tense, keep it in past tense. If the wrong spelling is in plural, keep it plural. Usually that's where a lot of students get mistakes. They don't get the marks even if they spell it correctly. It's because they change the word form. Okay, evolve, evolve, evolve. Very good, well done. The wrong spelling is doubling the L. The L is not doubled. Okay, it's evolve. L is only one. Okay, well done. Correct. Okay, let's move on then, people. It was also a mark of respect to the poet, how to say, Chuyan. I'm trying to pronounce the name correctly. The honorable man in ancient China. Okay, do keep in mind that how to use your articles properly. Okay, the is obviously pronounced correctly here, so this is not a spelling error but a grammatical error. Okay, and is it? Okay, and. Okay, remember very quickly, let's go through your articles. You have a, and the. You use the for when you already mentioned the article previously. So you're mentioning the same specific noun, an article. You've already mentioned the noun previously, and then the next time you want to talk about it, you want to talk about that specific noun, you use the. Otherwise, if it's not specific, you use a or an. And of course, honorable, the pronunciation starts with a vowel technically, so you use an instead. Therefore, the answer is an. Very good. Okay, moving on to number 41. Let's go. Number 41. Legend has it that the river dragon controlled the rain and people worshipped the creature during the summer months. Okay, Technically, the way it's spelled is worshipped. But the correct word is worshipped. How to spell it correctly? Please give it a try. This is a spelling error. I see unknown has given the unknown. Susie. Okay, now the question is creamy parfait, unknown, Susie, Kara. Is it 1P or double P? What? Think about it. Really think about it, huh? Really think about it. Is it 1P or double P? Okay, I shall show it to you now and you shall know whether it's 1P or double P. Worship, the original word is like this, right? Now, the wrongly spelled word is in past tense. So as I said, we keep it past tense. When you turn it past tense, you actually double the last consonant and then add ed. Therefore, the answer is worshipped with double P. Okay? Okay. So do keep in mind, okay, Little John, Rocks Off 241, Creamy Parfait, unknown, worshipped is double P. And when you worship, it's WOR, not WAR. Okay? All right, people will learn something new every day. Let's move on. Okay. Chu Yuan, who lived during the period, was so upsetting over the fall of his country. I need an adjective here. This is a grammatical error. But change of word form. Okay. I need the adjective version, which is boss baby, creamy parfait, very good. Adjective is upset. Well done. Now, moving on to the Qin army, that he threw himself into the Milu River in despair. How to spell despair, people? Despair is like hopelessness, desperation. Okay, he threw himself into the river in despair. Okay. Okay, Soda has dropped his response. Okay, Little John agrees. Very good. I'm happy you all very familiar of the spelling unknown. There's one letter that I need you to correct there. Okay, so despair is DE. That's number one, yeah. And then the rest should just be how you pair and how you spell a pair out two things. Okay, as in PAI and then R. Okay, be careful. And then when you do something in despair, you do it in hopelessness, you do it in desperation. Okay, now moving on, let's go and move up. Let's see and continue. Some versions of the legend suggesting that fishermen at the scene attempted to appease. Okay, some versions of the legends suggesting. Okay, now first things first, the first thing you need to see is that some versions are plural. Okay, that's the number one thing. We need something plural. So what do you think? Now, firstly, are we using singular or plural? Since we're talking about the version, we're talking about all the other possible versions that are still existing until now. So we need the present tense for this, okay? Because these versions are still true until now. They still exist until now. So technically, we use the present tense for this, okay? So versions are plural. We need the plural version as well, which is suggest without an S in the end, okay? Suggests the fisherman at the scene attempted to appease his spirit, which is spelled wrongly. How to spell spirit, everyone? This one very easy. What letter are we supposed to cancel? Give it a try. Give it a try. Hello to those of who just joined. Remember to follow us if you haven't yet. Very good. This one is easy, no? Spirit. Spirit. You know this song? Can you hear it calling? Okay, this is a song from which movie? Spirit. I don't know if you've watched this movie, but I'm going to give it a try anyway to see if any one of you has watched it. Or maybe you've watched it, but you didn't know this song was made for that movie. Okay, Spirit. Okay. Spirit, that song was actually sung by Beyonce, and that song was created for the movie, which is actually not out yet. It's the movie is not out yet from Disney. It's gonna be out soon. What you think? It's an upcoming. Huh? Is it out already or no? Hold on, I'm very confused now. Spirit. That one was created for. In my head, it's created for Lion King. But now the movie is already not yet out. But the song is already out, so it's not Lion King now. Oh my god, I'm very confused, people. I shall check it myself before sharing it later. Oh no, 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 it's for a different movie. I'm so confused. I will share it in a moment, but we shall continue nonetheless. Okay, by throwing rice stuffed in bamboo stems into the river to prevent the fish to eating his. Prevent what? Okay, this is a word that pairs with the word prevent. Prevent. Ah, very good, very quick, huh, boss baby, little John. Good job. Who else? All of you agree, huh? Okay, creamy parfait agrees to the same word. Okay, very good. Prevent it from eating its body. Okay, continue to read. Let's go. Let's go. Continue. Others say that the rice offerings were snatched by a river dragon, and the rice had to be bundled in leaves. Okay. Now, offerings is spelled wrongly. Can you give me the right spelling of offerings? Very easy, right? Very, very easy. Spelled wrongly, you double the what? Very good, very good. Offerings is double F, yeah? Offer. Offer is a word that you always use because you are all very nice people. And keep in mind, it says offerings. Keep it plural. Okay? Good job. Well done. Okay, now, so, and the rice had to be bundled in leaves instead and tied with 5 different colored silk threads. The triangular rice dumplings thus became untwined. Okay, the word is entwined. When you say something is entwined, it's like interweaved. Okay, twisted together like that. Okay, that's the meaning of this word. What do you think is the right spelling for this? Interweaved, twisted together, entwined. I see, very good. I am impressed. Well done. It's E, it's actually E, huh? Entwined, okay? If you notice, this paper is actually very easy because a lot of the wrong spelling, it's either they changed one letter, they omitted another letter, and so, or they added an extra letter that shouldn't be there, okay? So be careful with it, okay? Now, moving on. Yet another version tells of farmers rowing out in dragon boats in their attempted to save in their attempted. Okay, what do you think is the right word here? Attempts, in their attempts. Okay, or attempt. Stitch 101. Check your spelling again. I think you're typing just too fast. I know you know how to spell this. Stitch 101. One letter missing at the end. Very good, very good, very good. Okay, in their attempt, so rowing in dragon boats, I will accept either attempts or attempt for this case. Okay, doesn't matter. As long as it's in present tense. Okay, since then, dragon boat races have been held yearly to remember him. Wow. Now, today, the Dragon Boat Festival, including boat races and eating rice dumplings. It is a proud heritage of the Chinese culture. Correctly spelled, so this is obviously a grammatical error. What is the right word form here? Includes, is it? Think about it. Firstly, check the tense, and secondly, check the singular or plural. Amir Matin just gave a rose. Wow, thank you. Very good. Okay, you all includes. So you all think it's singular, is it? And present tense. So it obviously says today. So obviously we're doing present tense. And secondly, Dragon Boat Festival. This is only one festival. So we know it's singular. So it has to be includes. Very good. Well done, well done, well done. Now, are you ready for a higher level of thinking that requires a higher level of brain power, your comprehension close. Help me finish this passage, people. Let's go. Oh, Stitch 101 also gave us a rose. Thank you. So nice. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We are moving into another section. You are right. Let's go. Okay, I like this. I always like a passage in comprehension close. They're very interesting. You learn something from them on top of also getting to practice your English. Today it's about helping charitable institutions. Okay, helping charitable institutions. Yay. Institutions. Okay. Now, because the beauty about this is that whatever age you are, there is always something you can do to actually help. And there's a lot of charitable institutions in Singapore and more international ones that really opens up a lot of opportunities for all of you to actually donate, volunteer, or give. Okay, now let's give it a try and learn it. Oh, another one. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Stitch 101. Thank you so much. Okay, now let's go through this and see first what we can learn from this. Have you ever thought of donating to help people in need? Okay, sharing what we blank helps others live happier lives. Okay, trust me, I know some of you are still very young there, but growing up, you start trying to ask yourself, how can I be happy in life? Okay, some of you, your definition of happiness are very different from other people. Your definition is I want more money, I want a safer home or a safer place, I want, for example, more food. So, very different definitions of happiness. But one thing is for sure that you all will agree the older you grow, um, helping and sharing are things that are very fulfilling that you can do. Okay, now let's see, sharing what we blank have helps others live happier lives. Is it have? Do you have any other answers? I will accept have. There's actually another word that I will accept here as an answer. So you are very correct. Sharing what we have. I will also accept another word that starts with O. What do you think? Can you guess what the other option is? Give it a try. Give it a try. Yeah. Sharing what we. Try, try, try. What do you think? Very good. Smiley, smiley. Sharing what we own. Ken, I will also accept that. Okay. Obtain, Little John. That one I will not accept. Close enough. But I will accept own though. Okay. Now, let's move on. Many people also give back because they are grateful for what was given to them. Okay, a lot of people actually do this, especially for those who have survived life getting help from other people. They understand how hard life is, and so a lot of them promise to themselves, when I am in a better position in life, in a better state, I myself would forward the kindness to someone else who may be undergoing the same situation, which is nice. Okay, now let's go. There are many ways to give. Charities are organizations blank recruit volunteers to raise money and donate to support worthy causes. So this sentence is basically talking about charity organizations and what it does. Okay, so Cray XX says that. Creamy Parfait says which. This is something very interesting because that and which are two commonly interchanged words, and some people think it's completely interchangeable, but they're actually not. Okay, they are not interchangeable. There's a specific use for that, and there's a specific use for which. If I were to really simplify it for you to remember it very easily, when you use that, right, it has to be followed by can be by an important phrase. When I say important phrase, right, that means to say it's a phrase that if you omit that phrase in the sentence, it will change the meaning of the sentence. Okay, which however is when you use it for an additional information. Additional info meaning if you omit that information, the sentence, the remaining phrase can still stand on its own and it can still keep its own meaning. Okay, Now, so Vasily Bivol, thank you. So be careful. That is for something that you cannot omit, which is something that you can omit. Okay. Therefore, for this case, right, charities or organizations which recruit volunteers to raise money and donate to support worthy causes. This is actually an additional information about charities. If I were to omit this, charities or organizations, it still works, right? So the answer here is which, okay? Let me give you another example so it's clearer to you. So if I say that the bike, the green bike that is in my garage is broken. So when I say the green bike that is in my garage, I meant um, it may be because there are more than one green bike in the garage. So I'm pointing to one specific green bike. But if I say the green bike which is in the garage is broken, I'm generally saying, yeah, it's green bike, it's in the garage, it's an additional information. Okay? So be mindful of it. Okay, now moving on. For example, the Red Cross, I think you guys have heard of it, right? Red Cross is a pretty big organization. The Red Cross collects donations and enlists volunteers for disaster relief. It brings food and medicine blank victims of floods, fires, and earthquakes. Okay, be mindful while you're thinking of a good preposition for this. Think of the word bring. I'm looking for a specific preposition that really talks about the direction or recipient of the action. You are very specific with where the food and medicine goes. Okay, so what is the right preposition to be particular about the direction or recipient of the action? Okay, okay, for this case, if I were to be particular with it, it has to be to. Okay, brings food and medicine to victims of floods, fires, and earthquakes. Okay, okay, now there are many charities seeking donations, quite a lot actually. Choosing the blank one is important. Now, I know sometimes a lot of you want to help and you have enough resources to offer help, but it's important that you think about which charity you should be helping. Okay? Now, choosing the blank one is important. Okay? I see the best, I see the suitable, I see the best. Now, so firstly, I wouldn't accept the word best, okay? Because when you say best, that means to say some of them are bad, some of them are not good, some of them are better. We're not really looking at which one is performing better because different charities um, target different problems, okay? What we're looking here is not the size, not whether because best can be different for different people, right? So it cannot be. What I'm looking here is that the charity that actually uses your money or whatever you donate the right way. Okay, these are the charities who make sure that whatever you donate and whatever you give really goes to the people who need them. Okay, so what the right word is, choosing the, I will accept right one or the correct one is important. Okay, you want to be sure that the charity is supporting a cause you believe blank. Now, will I accept suitable? Correct, that suitable one. Suitable for you, I will actually accept that. Okay. You believe what? Creamy parfait? Wow, that was quick. What do you think is the answer? Okay, you believe in. Who else agrees to creamy parfait? How come my phone is lagging, huh? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Eh, my phone lagging. Okay, it's okay now. Okay, my phone is okay now. Okay, I can see your responses now. Okay, creamy parfait. You believe in? Is that it? Anyone else who wants to see? I need one more answer before I reveal it. Okay, Little John also agrees. Okay, that is correct. You believe in. Well done. Now, moving on. You also want to make sure that your money is used to support the cause and not for blank else. Okay, this one is easy. I will accept two possible answers here. Give it a try. What do you think? And not for. Hello, Im Teo, who just joined. Welcome to you. Okay. Now, blah 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 says, and not for anything else, not for something else. I am impressed. Very good. These are actually the two possible answers that I will accept. Good job. I will accept anything else or something else. Good job. Well done. Well done. Now let's move on to the next paragraph. Apart from donating money, you can also volunteer your time. Of course, that doesn't have to be like, teacher, I'm very poor. How can I support these organizations? You don't need, it doesn't need to be money. It could be time, it could be expertise, it could be talent. Okay? Now, when doing so, you get to mingle and talk to people who blank in desperate need of help. People who what? So people have many. That's one clue I can give you. This is plural. Therefore, yeah, very good, blah, blah, blah. Okay, people who what? Plural, blah, blah, blah says are. Amir Matin says are. Very good. Present tense, plural, very good. Yes, good job. You can also volunteer your talents. Yes, of course. Okay. Let's say you are good at blank sports. Okay, what do you pair sports with? You're good at what? What do you do sports? You're good at this one, very easy. Type in your answer. I shall wait. I shall wait. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Oh, let's go. Amir Matan, very busy liking the live, huh? I need you to be busy giving your answers to me as well. Let's go. I'm lagging again. Okay. What you think, people? What you think? Doing sports, is it? I see doing. Okay. You are lucky. I am accepting two possible answers here. I will accept doing. I will accept playing also. Okay, very good, very good. Now, so what charities could use these talents? If you are a good reader, you can tutor children who need help in reading. If you are a good baker, you can help to blank the hungry. You bake. What do you do? When you cook food for someone, it's because you want to what them? Very good, very good, very good. To feed the hungry. Now, moving on. If you are good in sports, you can coach sports teams. This is how volunteering can blank a difference in people's lives. Definitely, it's a collocation. It's a line. It's a very common line. You blank a difference. What's the word for it? A very common line. You blank a difference. Very, very, very good. You make a difference. Well done. Moving on. In 2006, Rick Relly, a sports writer, wrote an article urging readers to donate at least $10 to blank for a mosquito net for American children. Okay, to what? To blank for. Okay, I tell you, this is a phrasal verb. It pairs with the word for. Okay, that's a clue for you. To blank for. Again, a mosquito net for African children because they had a problem with malaria there. Okay. Huh? Why am I saying very different words here? To blank for. Are you, in 2000, sports writer wrote an article urging readers to donate at least to. I see what you mean here. Now, to charity for a mosquito net. Okay, no. Oh my God. So, okay, so if you say charity or Africa, you're thinking that to is referring to a place, huh? No, it's not. Okay. We are talking about an action on what you do with a mosquito net, people. What do you do with a mosquito net? Because you cannot say, right, to Africa for a mosquito net. It doesn't make sense. You cannot also say to charity for a mosquito net. What about mosquito net? What do you do with the mosquito? Are they going to make a mosquito net? Are they going to dig for a mosquito net? What are they going to do? So he's asking for a donation, correct? Because what are you gonna do with the donation, huh, people? What are they gonna do with the money? Hmm. Cannot say make, right? You don't say make for, correct? Very good. We found the right words to pay for a mosquito net for African children. Okay. Malaria is a disease. Is a disease children from mosquito bites while they sleep. Children, a disease children get from mosquito bites. Okay. Rayleigh's efforts helped create the Nothing But Nets organization. The term nothing but net is used when the basketball goes through a hoop without touching the rim in matches. Okay. Rayleigh used this term as a play blank words, also another collocation, a play blank words in his article. Rayleigh used his talent as a writer to show people, okay, a play what? SMRNCVR. A play on words. Do you guys agree with the answer here? Is it a play on words? Do you guys think it's the right phrase? You are. I'm gonna give you 5 more seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I will accept on. I will accept with. Very, very, very good. And finally, Riley used his talent as a writer to show people the need blank action. The need, there's only one correct answer here. There is a need blank action. What do you think is the right word? Kai is back. Kai! Hello! The need, there is a need what? There is a need. What is the correct preposition? Think about it. This is the last question. I need you to end strong for your last question, people. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Let's go. The need. So there is the need for action. There's a need for something, right? There's a need for food. There's a need for action. People to do something, right? Or there's a need for shelter. So when you want to really talk about what is a need about, you say what is a need for action. So take action to support a charity you like today. So given the passage now, are you inspired to do something for a charity? Is there a talent you want to show? Do you have a specific skill that you can use to help? One option to use, there are some websites, for example, wherein it's a website that combines many charities. So they combine many charities and then they post different opportunities. So for this date, this organization needs this. Or you don't need to be talented or you don't need to be skillful. Sometimes they need volunteers who actually can help. For example, for an event, they need someone who can carry these things or who can help to bring the elderly here, or some of them who can just entertain the elderly, talk to them like that. Okay. What is that big Ronnie? This Ronnie has been accompanying me for the entire live, okay, giving me the energy that I need to survive the live session for today. Yes, thank you, Ronnie. And Ronnie says hello. Okay, it's Ronnie here. Okay, people. So, during your holidays, maybe at least after PSLE or after your end of year examinations, you can consider. You can consider going for charitable institutions. Also, you can actually do it with your friends. That's something very fun you can do with your friends is to go on a volunteer program together, or it's something that you can do with your family as well. Okay, so do it with your family, do it with your friends. Go for something charitable to do together. One more fun thing that you can do during holidays, aside from doing something else, something fun you can do. Okay, people. So before I end the live, I want to give you some examination tips. Today, let me see. Okay, perhaps I can talk about more. Let me continue the tips that I have discussed last Wednesday. So last Wednesday, I talked about composition writing and what are the types of composition questions that you may be dealing with. That one is very important because you have to develop a very good sense of knowing how to unpack your questions such that you know that what it requires you to write. This goes the same way for secondary students. You have to learn to unpack your essay questions so you know what essay type are they requiring from you. And subsequently, once you know the essay type, you can then choose properly. Okay, this is an essay type I can write well compared to this essay question, or this is an essay question wherein the requirements are easier for me to talk about. Okay, so unpacking is very important. So that's what I discussed last week. What I want to discuss this time is um, remember I told you last week that there are, okay, this one goes for both primary and secondary students. When you have finally chosen your compo question or your essay question, you have to make sure and you have to prove to the person marking your work that your essay, your composition is really about the question that you chose or the question given to you for primary students. The best way to do that is to put visual cues for the markers to see, like, oh my goodness, he or she used the essay question words, or he or she used the compo question keywords. So the moment they see a lot of these keywords inside, it's kind of like a visual reminder for them every single time that you are writing something that is really related to the question given to you. Okay, so how to make sure that you use your compo question or essay question, use them into sentences inside your writing. They have to be inside. Now, how, teacher? How do I do this without being so repetitive? Because let's say, for example, my essay question is, let's say it's an argumentative essay, and it's asking you, animals should be kept in cage. Do you agree? Or let's say your compo question is, a time when you regretted something. How do I write about regret, or a time when you were determined? How do I write about it in sentences many times in my essay or composition without sounding so repetitive? Okay, now these are the options that you can do. Okay, let me see. What are the ways? Okay, ways to use your compo or essay questions into your work. So these are the different ways you can write and use the keywords without sounding so repetitive. I will start with a very easy one. Okay, of course you can use the actual words. That's pretty obvious, but you have to be careful. You cannot do that all the time. Otherwise, if you keep repeating determine, 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 the marker of your composition will start thinking, this girl or this boy don't have a rich vocabulary. I see the word becoming so repetitive. So what else can you do to make sure that you are still keeping in track of your essay or compo question, but you're not repeating the words or the keywords? So the second thing you can do is, of course, use synonyms. Use words or phrases that mean the same. So for example, okay, my compo question is determination. What's another way to say the term you are determined? Maybe you can say, for example, she was bent on winning the competition. When you're bent on doing something, that means to say you are determined to do it, right? So use synonyms. Now, teacher, I've already used a synonym and I've already used the actual word. What else can I do? Okay. One more thing you can do is that you can change the word form. So for example, your compo question or your essay question has the word determination. Of course, change the word form. That's a noun. Maybe you can use determined. You use the adjective, okay, or determining. Or you use, instead of determination, you can say, I am determined to do it. So change the word form. If it's a noun, change it to a verb. If it's a verb, change it to an adjective maybe. So give it a try. Now, what else? What else can you do to mention your compo question or essay question many times in your work? Another way to do it is use it in a dialogue. Mhm. Use it in a dialogue or a speech na. So for example, or it can be a thought na. It could be your character talking to another person or your character talking to himself or himself. I can say, I am the most determined person I know. I can do this, for example, like that. So that's another way to use your compo question or your essay question effectively inside your work without having sounding so repetitive. Okay, okay, another one would be using it most especially both for composition and essay. You must make sure that you put it in your conclusion or in your lesson learned. Mhm. At the end, it's my reminder for you to make sure that you wrap up your writing. Always end by reminding your marker. Put a keyword of your compo question or your essay question there. So that's the last thing your marker sees. So the last thing you want to remind them is that my story is about the compo question. My essay is about the essay question it chose. Okay? Okay. And then there's one more, a few more techniques I can give you would be feelings. You can put it or in your creative phrases na, inside your feelings or emotions. Okay? And then of course, there's another one which is a bit challenging and it cannot be used all the time. If you are confident to do it, you can also use it in foreshadowing, Mhm. especially for composition. This is especially for composition or for secondary students. You can foreshadowing can be for your narrative essay, okay, narrative essay, okay. Foreshadowing gives you the chance to use your QSP or to use your compo question at the beginning of your work. But the difficulty level of foreshadowing is high because some students who attempt to use foreshadowing, they are unable to use it effectively. Foreshadowing is supposed to give a hint of what's about to happen without fully revealing what's going to happen. Okay? So be careful with that. So use these techniques to make sure that you always mention your compo question or your essay question keywords in your writing. It's a visual cue you're leaving for the markers to see that you are actually writing about the topic. This is also one important thing for you as the writer. This is not just like, I'm not telling you this just so the marker sees that you're using the keywords. It's for your sake also. The moment you find it very hard to use the keywords of your compo question, or you find it very hard to use the keywords of your essay question, that's probably because you are writing off the topic. Mhm. So it has to be easy to weave it into your composition or essay. It's because you are writing about it. Okay, okay, okay. So do keep that in mind, ladies and gentlemen. So thank you for having me today, for joining my live. Have a good weekend to all of you. If you have very specific, if you have exam specific questions that you want me or teacher Jamie to talk about, please feel free to DM us. We will try to consider really talking about them in the live sessions. We understand that this is a very important and crucial time for your revision, so we want to be of help. Okay? Now, thank you so much, everyone, for your time. We will see you again next week on Monday. Goodbye.